Hey guys, it's VS Lightning or Doom VS. Today I'm going to be doing a commentary over one of Smooth's gameplays. It's going to be a double on Freight this time, solo using the Honey Badger. A pretty good game in my opinion. I've seen Smooth drop quite a few doubles as compared to a lot of other people. He's just really good at doing it, so if you enjoy this, which I'm sure you do because that's why you're on this channel, then be sure to sub him down in the description below. And I do have a bit of a topic before I jump into that. I want to mention something that I kind of noticed while watching over this gameplay. It's something that doesn't really happen very often, but it's just nice when it does. It's really rare. But you'll notice that the teammates that he has, the random teammates, they don't really push into the spawn very often. And whenever I'm playing solo, the first thing the randoms want to do is push in the enemy flag and flip the spawns, which just make chem strikes take forever because you get to one side and then it's pushed over to the other, so you have to run all the way back, and then by that time your teammates have already capped that flag. So the spawns just keep flipping back and forth, and it's really nice when you find a lobby like this. It does happen, but to where they don't flip the spawns because it makes it so much easier to get gameplays like this. But onto the topic, I want to talk about what I think Infinity Ward did right with Ghosts. A lot of people doing commentaries about what they think was awful about the game, which there's a lot of complaints, IEDs, that sort of thing, but I want to talk about what I like about Ghosts. This game really isn't too bad. I know there are some flaws in it, which every game has it, but all in all I think this game is pretty solid, especially if they do bump up the health like I've seen some rumors going on about. But the first thing that I really like about this, and this is more from a YouTuber's point of view, would be the Chem Strike and the Specialist. Those together, they really just keep this game fresh. A lot of you guys that are in MW3 will know what I'm talking about just because of how many different things you can do with the Moab, pistol, shotguns. It's pretty much the same thing like it is in Ghosts. You know, you can do so much. You can mix and match a lot of different things. You can do kill streak lists. You can do where you only use the perks after you get the specialist bonus. You can just do so much stuff with it. It's not like Black Ops 2 where it's the same thing over and over. 100 plus is using the VSAT, Dogs, and Swarm. But you can really mix it up, do a bunch of different things on a bunch of different maps. And that's just important to keeping a game's life cycle alive, I guess is what you'd say. A lot of people are saying that Ghost is already dead, but I think those are the people that want Call of Duty to die so that they can move on to posting something else. But I still haven't seen a lot of different stuff with the Chem Strike, like a knife only, which I did see a Moab or two like that back in MW3. It took quite a while for somebody to get it, and I think it's going to be really challenging in this game, but once somebody does, you know, it's just something that a lot of people haven't seen yet, so they're going to want to like to watch it, and it will keep reviving the life cycle when people do stuff like that over and over. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about when it comes to the things I like in Ghosts is kind of how they branched off from your standard Call of Duty. I mentioned this a little bit in my last commentary here on the Doom Clan channel, but it goes further than the maps, and there's a little bit that I didn't talk about pertaining to the maps last time, which would be more along the lines of how they can be a little interactable, which is something that Call of Duty hasn't really done in the past. You can push some buttons and shoot things to open doors, knock down logs, just a bunch of different stuff like that. And it goes further than that. You know, the Assault and Support Streak package have been changed a little bit. In the past Infinity Ward games, it's been the Predator Missile and the AC-130 and some other stuff like that has been in there, but it's been changed or just completely removed. In the Predator Missile instance, it's been moved to the Trinity Rocket, and the AC-130 has been removed completely, which is kind of surprising because the past two Call of Duties have had the AC-130 in it, and that's a pretty popular kill streak. A lot of people like that, so I'm not quite sure why they removed that one. And it just seems like the Assault has been kind of nerfed though in itself. There aren't really as many powerful ones. Even the Trinity Rocket isn't as good as the Hellstorm in my opinion, even though it shoots 3 rockets. But the Support Streak package is kind of new anyway, but that has also been changed just a tiny bit. There's some new things like the Night Owl and the Ammo Crate, things that haven't really been seen before. The Ammo Crate actually gives a minigun, which is something that you can't pick in multiplayer, and I think you actually get a patch for getting it out of the Ammo Crate, but it's just kind of cool how they threw different stuff like that in here. And that's just kind of how they mixed it up a little bit, you know, they've changed things. And I really do appreciate that because a lot of people complain about it over and over about how Call of Duty is the same thing year after year. So it's just nice to see that they're putting a little effort into changing things. Like they removed the Bouncing Betty and the Claymore, even though they put an even worse substitute, they did change that a little bit. So kudos for that. Now the next thing that I want to talk about, and kind of the last thing really because I'm running out of time here, would be the new game modes that they've added in. I really like all the ones that they put in except Hunted. I'm really not a fan of that. I did my worst score when I was playing Hunted. I went like 4-12 one game. It was just awful. I can't really stand Hunted. But the other ones, like Cranked and Blitz and Search and Rescue, I do like all those quite a bit. Search and rescue is a lot of fun. I like the idea of it, but unless you're playing with a party, it's just not quite as fun. Blitz is pretty enjoyable as well. The only thing with that is the spawns need to be fixed. I've seen some solo spawn trapping on that. If you know what you're doing, it's possible. So if they fix that, it's going to be a really fun game mode. I love it in competitive. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Please like it to support the Doom Clan. And I'm going to let the KEM Strike sounds play because I know some people like that. So I will catch you all in my next commentary here on the Doom Clan channel.
KEM Strike available. We lost B. Friendly KEM Strike incoming. Friendly SATCOM active. Losing A. Losing Charlie. We lost Alpha. Friendly KEM Strike incoming. Securing Charlie. All points held. Defend your positions.